Hey, it's Rob from Wheelworks Bike Shop in Dublin. We're doing a couple of unboxings today. I'm going to start off with a Speed Concept. We got a Super Caliber for Billy, if you're watching Billy. We got a Madone. I've no idea what these are. There's been deliveries coming in all week, and Chad has been at me to come in and do some unboxings. So here I am. Let's have a look. I think there's another Speed Concept just coming up the stairs behind. Mike has it there, so we'll do that one as well in a minute. So I don't really know what's in these. Whoa! Don't remember ordering that. I think this is for a customer, actually. It is. It's a customer's bike. Yeah. This is the customer's one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I remember it now. This is okay. Yeah. I remember that one. Okay. So it's a Speed Concept, and it's a SLR9 AXS. So it's the SRAM Red, but it's the previous generation SRAM Red. So this is we did like a red on red. I'm a big fan of doing the logo in the same color or a similar color to the main part of the bike. I think it looks really cool. But this is the first time we've done it on a Speed Concept in red. So let's have a look, see how it turned out. Okay, so we'll start off with the handlebar. In the Project 1, when you get in the Project 1 paint, they on the Speed Concept, the handlebar gets painted to match. So the main part of the frame is, I think it's Viper Red. I think it's Viper Red, Radioactive Red. I can't remember which way around it is. Anyway, so the Speed Concept bars come in 3 different variants. If you've watched any of the videos before, I've said that. So there's a flat bar where this part's completely flat. There's a mid-rise, which is what this is, and then there's a high-rise where there's a steeper rise on it. And because the towers for the armrest mount onto the rise part, it actually makes the armrests taller as well, or lower, depending on which bar you go for. So that's the base bar. Let's have a look at the color. Yeah, I think it's radioactive for the main part, and maybe Viper Red for the rest of it. I got the matching t-shirt and shoes on today. That's courtesy of Chad. Chad arranged those for me for Christmas. So we've got RSL 62s. So the 62 mil deep. They're the second deepest wheel that Trek do. That's really cool, actually. I think that's the radioactive red, and then the Viper Red logo. That's really nice. Very cool. SRAM Red E-tap axis with the power meter. Let me get out the snips so I can start taking off some of these cable ties. We have a bunch of Project 1 stuff landing in at the moment. We have a new Chroma Madone, I believe, just shipped this week. Chad was telling me he saw the ship notice for it, so that's on its way. We have another Speed Concept with a similar paint job to this, but in a different colour. I think that might be the one that Mike's just brought up, so we'll do that one next. I'm not sure what the Madone behind us is, but we'll open that up. And the Super Caliber is the cross-country mountain bike for a friend of mine, and it's the new Lavender Haze, which we haven't seen yet, so looking forward to seeing that. That one was supposed to be here a couple of weeks ago, and there was some delivery issues. Almost got lost.
the ratio the other day with SRAM was 10 on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, so SRAM's ratios, gearing ratios, are different to Shimano's. Shimano's ratios, the rear cassette is, SRAM have changed the rear cassette, so SRAM's smallest cog on the back is a 10. Shimano's is an 11 on the road group sets, and that changes what SRAM have done at the front, going from an 11 to a 10 where there's only one tooth. The number refers to the amount of teeth on the cog. While it's only dropping one tooth on the back, it has a much bigger impact than just one tooth on the front. So the SRAM chain set is or the one that we have on this, I'd say it's a 48, is it? Yeah, so it's a 48-35. So 48 teeth on the outer chain ring and 35 on the inner one. And that would be similar to Shimano with a 5311. Similar. Not exactly the same. So I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me in the comments what the exact gear ratio, exactly the same gear ratio will be. But the 53, the older ratio that was popular with Shimano, the 5339 chain set on the front is more or less obsolete now. It's gone. The Ultegra one, the biggest they do, is 5236, and if you want a bigger one, it's a Dura Ace. Comes in a 50, so that's the cradle that goes on the top of the base bar. So Dura Ace comes in a 54, 5442, I think, or you'd be buying individual chain rings to set up, to do a custom setup. And the Speed Concept here is also painted the same to match.
The benefit when you're choosing that project, you get the choice of chain set. You get to choose what chain set you essentially.
Yeah, exactly. You can change. So within the Project One customization, so Project One is Trek's customization program. So we can customize within the Project One, but we can also customize outside of it. So, for example, in the Project One, you can change crank length, you can change chain ring size, you can change the bottom bracket from steel bearings to ceramic. There's a lot of customization within it. You can change tires, you can change rim depth, you can change the wheel type, whether it's the RSL wheels like these, the top of the range ones, or the Pro version in the middle. But then there's stuff that a lot of our customers, particularly for things like Speed Concepts, would want very particular tires or wheels or a disc wheel and stuff like that isn't available through Project One, and we'll do that when the bike comes in. So if we have to change wheels, we'll change wheels or tires and stuff like that. So most of the Speed Concepts that we sell will go out with something like Pirelli tires, the setup tubeless, or a Conti GP TR, as opposed to the training tires that tend to come in on the Project One bikes. They'll come in with a Von Tracer, and I suppose the tires are something that's difficult for them to do because there's so many. They're such a particular thing, and people tend to have very specific requirements for it. So I'm not going to fit this correctly. I'm just going to put it on so you can see what it looks like. So I'm just going to sort of slot it into place and hide the cables. So that's sort of what it's going to look like before it goes into the workshop and we let some actual mechanics at it, as opposed to me, who's only a pretend mechanic now these days. So it's a Trek Speed Concept SLR9 SRAM red. It's actually an SLR9 because we've upgraded some of the components, but it's the older red group set. Bontrager Aeolus RSL 62 wheels. We're going to change the tires when we get it downstairs. That's one of the things that we have on the list for this customer. There's a saddle in one of these boxes in the cockpit and bits and pieces. So we're going to get this down to the workshop. We're going to get it together. with a proper mechanic as opposed to someone who's pretending they know what they're doing. And we'll get it up and we'll do a full run through when it's finished and get some pictures. Okay, so